Jesus moves steadily from town to town, teaching and proclaiming the good news of the kingdom as he goes. There is a sense of forward motion in this passage, not hurried and not pressured, but purposeful, as though the work unfolds naturally along the road rather than being driven by urgency or need. The 12 are with him, familiar companions by now, walking the same paths and listening to the same words. But Luke pauses to widen the picture, drawing our attention to others who are traveling alongside them. Women are there too. Luke names them quietly, without explanation or commentary, as though their presence requires no defense. Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Susanna, and many others whose names are not recorded. These women have been healed. Whatever had once burdened them no longer defines the moment. Luke does not dwell on what was wrong. He simply tells us where they are now. They are with Jesus. They walk with him, listen to him, remain close as the days unfold. And then Luke adds a detail that might be easy to miss if read too quickly. These women provided for Jesus and the 12 out of their own means. The sentence is simple, but it carries weight. There is no strain in it, no hint of urgency, obligation, or sacrifice under pressure. Provision flows naturally from their place of following, as though what they carry is already sufficient for where they are going. Their resources do not weigh them down. They do not compete with devotion or drain their strength. They support the journey rather than complicate it. The picture is steady and grounded. Following Jesus here does not look exhausting or fragile. It looks supported, shared, and quietly sustainable. Reflection. This passage offers a quiet correction to the belief that following Jesus must always feel demanding or costly in a way that drains the heart. The women who walk with him here are not described as weary or burdened. They are not portrayed as barely keeping up or stretching themselves thin. They follow because they can. Something about the way they move tells us that following Jesus has created room in their lives rather than pressure. There is no sense of rushing or strain. Their ability to provide does not read as obligation or urgency, but as capacity that fits naturally within the life they are already living. Luke does not pause to explain or defend this. He simply tells us that they provided for Jesus and the 12 out of what they had. The sentence is calm and unweighted. There is no tension in it, no suggestion that their giving cost them their peace. Jesus does not correct them. He does not caution them. He does not distance himself from what flows through their hands. Their provision is not treated as suspicious or excessive. It is received as natural, welcome, appropriate. And that detail matters. It reveals a way of following Jesus that is unforced and unguarded. Luke does not describe their motives or explain what brought each woman to this place. He simply shows us how they are moving now. Their resources are not held tightly out of fear or given away from obligation. They are offered freely as part of a life that feels supported rather than strained. Whatever their stories hold, it is clear that walking with Jesus has created room rather than pressure. And from that place, something subtle becomes visible. Not excitement, not intensity, but a lightness that allows movement without hesitation. A sense that supporting the work of God does not come at the cost of their peace. This story quietly releases the fear that God prefers his people struggling. It shows a different picture, one where provision can move through a woman's life without guilt, because the posture of following is no longer driven by pressure or the need to prove faithfulness. Following Jesus in this passage looks light, not because life is simple, but because the way of walking with him is not fueled by strain. Their joy is not loud or performative. It is steady, grounded, and deeply sustaining.